turn 5. I'm getting a very strong start, and that's one of the first time I do 2 armies that early on turn 3-4, and starting fights, real fights on turn 5, and it actually works well, but that's because I'm playing Sorcerer, and the Wisps are really good when you play them at the most of their strengths. So as planned, I did 2 fights this turn. One was this attack versus outpost with wall. Actually it's a village, I think. Yeah, village. I didn't pay attention that it had walls, wooden walls. I thought it would be just barricades, and it would have been much easier. So I had to adapt, and actually Xolti's Savage Rage proved very, very useful, and I'm not sure how I would have done the fight without it actually. So thanks Xolti, because I think it's not a common spell, Savage Rage. I cannot see it. Anyway, you will see when I cast it. Ah yeah, I can see it, Savage Rage. Because as I said on the video from previous, it gives wall crushing, and at the time it was useless. It was critical in the success of the battle. So when you've got a battle like this against a city, the key rule is that you have to split the units as usual. If you saw the other videos on my tutorials and replay, splitting is a key concept, but it's especially important for city siege. Yeah. So you need to have one group on one side, another group on another side, and you know you've got three gates, and so you need to bring as many units as possible toward one gate, and bring your units at the other gate, and try to get as a few units, so not 0, but 1 or 2 units on your side, and then deal with them. And also when you've got a wall, you need to break the wall, otherwise it's going to get very complicated to do sufficient damage to the enemy units. So my plan was to use Savage Rage, which I cast on the Warg, to break the wall, and then try to enter with my leader and AD and do some range damage. But you have to be very, very cautious not to get too close at any points, because the 2 cavalry here that I'm fighting, the 2 Raptors, they are doing some big damage. They've got significant HP, defense, so if I get too close and they engage me, then I'm in trouble. So I need to pay very close attention to what they do. And here I had an issue because all the units had gone on this way, so I had to bring them back. That's why I moved the tiger away. 2 reasons actually. One was to try to send some of the units back, and the other reason was not to take too much damage from the ranged units. And fire split is quite good, but at the same time I'm Draconian, so with my hero and leader I have 20% fire resistance. So then I bring the tiger back to try to get some of the units back, especially the ranged units, because they've got only 1 valid target, so they attack it, at least for this guy. But didn't succeed entirely, because 4 units went the wrong way. It should be the other way around. 4 units here, 1 unit here. So then I just retreat. It's a shame because I had almost destroyed the wall. 9 HP left. The Warg is dealing too little damage. So almost broke the wall, but I had to retreat because it was getting dangerous, and if I finished the wall, one of the Raptor was in range to attack me. So be patient, make sure you do 1 damage every 5 rounds, and be patient, do good positioning. So then I just cross the battlefield with all my units, and because there are 4 on the right and 1 on the left, I change and I get 1 on the right on my side and 4 on the left. And then when it's done I can attack again. So I cast Savage Rage on the tiger to break the wall on the other side with a tiger. And at the same time I kept the Wisp in this area for some time to avoid them relocating to the left. And then when I'm ready, I just attack with range damage on the Hatchling, and I launch the attack on the wall. And then I reposition the Wisp also. But I keep the Warg here ready to break the wall again. So now I'm obviously taking damage from the Hatchling, but I can break the wall and kill the Hatchling with range damage and melee damage actually also. The two shock damage are from charged army leadership from my leader. I'm only level 3 and 3 with AD and Sorcerer. And so now I broke the wall on both sides, and I just retreat because they are coming in, and especially the Hatchling are dangerous with the fast speed. So then they decide to get out of the wall, and when they do, it's more or less won. And so I'm afraid for my work, so I escape obviously, and I try to bring my other units to meet, but at the same time doing this is not very good because it means I'm going to fight the 4 enemy units at the same location. But then they resplit, and so I decide to deal with this group first and bait this Hatchling to remove guard from him and kill it. I've got this hero with no HP, no damage, so I use this to bait. That's also something you need to pay attention to. You need to distribute the damage around your units. So if you have one unit that is full health, use it to take the damage, and obviously don't put the damage all on one unit like the tiger. So I kill the Hatchling, and then it's 2 vs 4, while I still escape with this guy. Then I position myself to avoid taking too much damage, paying attention not to be in short range of the Hatchling, 5 speed, and far enough so that I take only one hit from the Raptor, and then basically it's done. Just finish the Raptor, flank it, do range damage, flank the Hatchling with the Wisp, and get some experience on the Wisp also, because I want to level him up to elite. And yeah, so end of the fight. I'm not going to show the end, it's quite simple. So the other fight I did was Brigand Hideout, so I didn't use any casting points from my leader during this fight at the city. So I cast a 3rd Wisp to reinforce my secondary army, and I did this fight. So I used the Dread Monkey to split them and then break the wall with the Crusher, enter, and phase and kill them. So I did take some damage, especially on the Raptor. So I could attack this mine this turn, but I'm going to wait and heal, and wait also for the 3rd Wisp actually, and then the mine, the Great Farm, and the Magma Forge. So I finished Builder's Hall at my throne, so I'm going to rush a settler because the site will be ready next turn, or maybe in 2 turns if I get too much damage. And yeah, it had green to a town and goes back to village, but then thanks to the storehouse I have, going to grow back in 2 turns. And so here I had an option to go attack this heart and especially the race governance, but I think it's better to get guerrilla tactics early to facilitate clearing, so I'm going to go for the Scrolls of Knowledge. It's going to be a tough fight because they resist they have shock protection, and I don't really have good damage to kill them, but I find a way to do it. And so in terms of level, I'm waiting for level 5 to get Cold and Short Spirit, but then I can start taking 331. And yeah, let's take Awakened Spirit, because now I've got two animals that can be useful. And for the rest, let's wait and take Cold and Short Spirit next level. And actually I need also Bushron Animal, so maybe I should not have taken Awakened Spirit. And for my leader, not quite sure actually. So yeah, let's just wait again. I never play Sorcerer as a leader, so I'm not quite sure about the upgrades I should take. Spirit Shield could be nice, but right now I don't need it immediately. Yep. Thanks for watching, see you next time.